Mike didn't even really know he was my mentor. I considered him a mentor. I was always around him every opportunity I could.
I want to talk a little bit about your real estate journey now, because you had an incredible mentor outside of you make the transition into real estate. I'm assuming you started as a solo agent and then transitioned into the brokerage thing, or am I wrong in thinking that?
Kind of wrong. So I know the mentor piece for people out there, like Mike didn't even really know he was my mentor. I considered him a mentor. I was always around him every opportunity I could. And it's probably not till now that he realized that I looked at him as a mentor for the last 20 years. And I've told him that many, many times since. So you guys can go find your mentors too. Real estate journey wise, I'd gotten married, found my wife, and unbelievable woman. They always say, find a woman, that sees the best inside of you, or that can grow gardens in the darkest parts of you, right? It's a song by Zach Bryan, an unbelievable track. And she was really somebody that would see that and just saw this energy. And she's like, I need to turn that laser beam towards something that, we can do together. And I was very honest with Mike about it, and Ron, and those guys are like family. And I was like, if I don't try, I'll never know what was out there, right? I could have potentially gone down the path of ownership of the restaurants and different things, and equity and been a part of the organization. But my wife had always had this drive to create something from nothing. So she came from automotive, MBA from the Richard Ivey School of Business. She's an absolute killer, zero social media. You'd never even know that she's really the brains behind the organization, but we thoughtfully built it that way. And she threw me off a cliff into real estate. So we had looked at franchises. We actually almost purchased 2 franchises in London to open restaurants that would have been food service. We would have owned them. But we looked at the franchise agreements and we were like, we're buying a job. Every 7 to 10 years, we basically have to re-up. We have to renovate the restaurant. Who knows what happens to hospitality? I'm like, it's hospitality. It's the same business. You're not going to see me until 2 o'clock in the morning on weekends. And, we didn't want that life. She had mentioned real estate. My exact response was, I don't want to be a grease ball on a golf course. I work hard. I didn't know any agents that I actually admired, right? She tricked me into getting my license. I got my I was in commercial real estate to start. So she had actually been an agent 7 years before me. She had left real estate to take care of a family member going through some health stuff. And then we both got licensed. We actually wrote our license in North Bay of all things, I think a year after we got married. It was the only place we could do the final course. And then we went on a crazy road trip across America, came back, and it was one of the worst markets of all time. We joke because I still own the trademark and the website for the closers.ca. I don't know if it's active or not, but that was our nickname. We were the closers. And I always joked that somebody was going to deface our sign and get rid of the C, and we were going to be the losers, because it was we were listing properties, but nothing was selling. So I'm like, maybe we should be called the listers. Really, really tough market. But we really just kept pushing through and knew that we wanted to approach things a little differently. Back then, we did all the courses. We did Brian Buffini. I had top producers, my CRM. I was going through the grind of, hey, do you know anybody looking to sell real estate? Going through my Facebook contacts, and it just wasn't out. We were really taking more of a consultant's approach and doing media. And the journey from there to where we are today has a lot of twists and turns, but really came down to us looking every year at our model and making sure that we were tracking to who we wanted to be versus who we thought we needed to be, which first was an agent that sold one house in one neighborhood, then an agent that sold a lot of houses in that neighborhood, a lot of houses in the city, covered a couple different asset classes and territories. And then we started bringing on team members, but we opened up the brokerage in 2015 with the mindset of being an unbrokerage. So no recruiting. We have a waiting list of, I think, 45 people right now. We only do hirings once or twice a year, and only for very specific positions. So it was more of an idea of running it like a professional services company with a digital marketing agency and production company attached. And that's kind of what we've worked towards, right? I feel like I'm only 20% where I want to be, but that's essentially where we are now. Is we're a consultant firm where you have Shannon and I. She handles all things business. I handle all things marketing and sales. Underneath us, we have our Navy SEAL teams, which cover our asset classes, plus the supporting team as well too, which I consider them their own divisions as well.
Check out our YouTube or Spotify channel, and don't forget to subscribe.